First side-by-side battle is for second between Larson and Denny Hamlin.
The spotters on the roof say, get close, get close. The leader, if they get too much of an advantage, they'll let the spotters on, drive the brakes, so lose the cars behind you.
To the right sees Kyle Larson is not intimidated at all.
The Cup Series rookie getting the super speedway lesson right now, going nose to nose with former series champion Kyle Larson. Drifting hope for both as they make the way off the bank into the super track.
Chevy side by side for the lead and a three-wide line breaking out. It was led by Chase Briscoe. Here comes Joey Logano jumping up in front of Chase. And he does have help from Briscoe and Justin Haley out there as well as Chris Buescher. And 10 cars enjoying that extreme
Logano stampeding around that third lane. He's got Chase Briscoe in tow. Larson now gets shuffled to the third, to the middle lane of the three. Challenge down low. Here comes Briscoe.
Logano will bail on Haley. He'll pull to the middle, and just like that, Logano will snap back.
Turn two heads for the Daytona Super Stretch.
Two-car breakaway up front. Joey Logano, Justin Haley. They are 1 and 2. Now it's a three-car breakaway. Chris Buescher will join them. Also, so good. Kyle Busch fourth in line, took a peek out of line, quickly gets back in the outside lane. Now the outside is away with 5, 6, 7 cars. First car out of
themselves. Kyle Larson back to the middle lane. Further down right into the bottom line around the 20th spot. That lane is led by Alex Bowman.
They got a little bit of work to do if they want to fight their way to the front of the field. Bowman's got his Hendrick Motorsports teammate William Byron in tow. Again,
in the bottom lane, you've got about a dozen in the middle. Everybody else is up top, and that's where the speed is. Led by Logano, Haley, Buescher, Busch, and Chris in that third lane on
Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Ryan Preece. That is your top 5.
So as they work their way out of turn number 2, it is still Joey Logano leading this big pack of traffic. Justin Haley in that 51 car rides in the second position. Then you've got Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Preece, the top 5.
Castro, remember, had that huge run on the outside on the restart. He's on the inside now. He was 23rd the last time through, 22nd this time by in that black and red Ford on the bottom. The last car on the inside line here as they roll down the backstretch. The first handful of cars single file, but man, Briscoe struggled at the bottom all of a sudden.
Just ahead of the race leaders as they go halfway down the super stretches. Jimmy Johnson, who's off the base to the inside lane. The race leaders will stick to the outer in turns 3 and 4.
It's still Todd Gilliland, that red car to the bottom of the racetrack that is leading that inside lane, but they just don't have the momentum right now as everyone still remains in a single file line at the top side of the racetrack.
Race fans, if you saw Jimmy Johnson pull one out on Thursday to make the Great American Race, guess what? He's the first car off the lap. If all things hold, Jimmy Johnson will have seen that free pass and get away laps back to the Australia because of that damage on lap number 5 with that money tribute.
Little by little, though, that inside line led by Todd Gilliland is starting to creep forward. He's got help from behind. Bubba Wallace, a very strong number 23 machine. He's finished second in this race 3 different times. Here comes Todd Gilliland. He pulls alongside Ryan Blaney up off turn number 2. Loses a bit of steam. The outside lane continues to gain ground. Here comes Daniel Hemrick now to draw alongside Todd Gilliland as he gives up 2 spots on the super stretch.
That is Joe Koss alongside Jim Trado. My name is Tim Kettlefield. I'm up here at the NASCAR Public Address booth as we run the 66 Daytona 500. Second in the some progress as they go to turn 1.
Now in the lower portion of the banking, you see now the outside line able to move down just a little bit. They're not tucked out there with a 3-wide run. Logano led the train down 20 feet off the line, off the wall, I should say, going to turn number 1 now down the backstretch, right up against that outside steer from area down the super stretch. Logano showing strength. How about that number 51 of Justin Haley, the 24-year-old out of Winnebago, Indiana, making the move to Whitmore Racing, becoming the lead Ford Mustang driver for that team. Running track in second here.
One car that has pulled out of this pack and has dropped to the rear. The last car right now on the lead lap, 3-time Daytona 500 champion Denny Hamlin. He wants no part of this up the front right now. He has dropped all the way back about 3.5 seconds behind the race leaders and are still contending hot and heavy for the race lead.
Here comes the inside line. That sunshine of turn number 4 on the back of the
He's able to get by Kyle Busch now. That moves him into 4th. Here he comes, side drafting off the side of the 17 of Chris Buescher. It's Todd Gilliland working to the inside lane, looking for 3rd on the backstretch.
Double wide from 3rd on back. Here comes that inside lane with some momentum. Todd Gilliland with a shove from Bubba Wallace. Looks for the lead as they go to 3.
Here we go. Bubba talked about how important it was in the pre-race to talk about how much he was Junkins Racing.
Joey Logano at the point, though, remains committed to the outside lane. He's got Justin Haley, who's tucked up right behind the back bumper. This time through, they'll go side by side for third once again. Chris Buescher with a good run off turn number 2. Half a car length the advantage to the blue 17 to the outside lane. But here comes Bubba Wallace off the end of the back straightaway, right to the back bumper of Todd Dillon. They'll draw even once again in the battle for third.
Everybody staying in line. Nobody stepping to the outside or inside right now.
Silver Gray Ghost tribute number 41 Ryan Preece. He was on pit road after getting involved in the first caution. He's in the mix of things now on the outside. 4th car in line down the back straightaway. We're talking about the inside surge. Preece is a factor here at Daytona, the 41.
He was one of the cars that decided to go 3 wide following Kyle Busch in the back of the field up in the front. They stretched 2 rounds at the end of stage.
It goes to show you how well that Ford of Todd Gilliland and that Toyota of Bubba Wallace are working together. Gilliland now goes to the lead by half a car length down the Daytona Superstretch. Making their way into turn number 3. Now here comes Joey Logano. He's got a shove courtesy of Justin Haley.
Joining him is that 51 of Haley and the number 17, the Fastenal Ford of Chris Buescher, our most recent winner at Daytona. He won last August here in the Big Zero Sugar 300.
Justin Haley just gave Joey Logano a big shove off turn number 2. Next 2 cars.
Again has regained control of the top spot. 32 cars, I should say, that are all running within 3 seconds of each other at around 190 miles an hour as Logano gets a big shot from Haley in turn 3.
his second ever victory in the Great American Race has shown the poise of a two-time champion so far, leading the parade to the outside lane. Justin Haley, the big move in the offseason. Can Justin Haley make it work? Well, today he's had a solid run in the second.
Last retry of the Motor Racing Network.
Backstretch and everything now has some sunshine on it. The rest of the track is in shade as the sun continues to get lower on the horizon. 40 laps to go here. It's 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. This evening, Dave Moody in turns 1 and 2. Mike Bagley's at the end of the Daytona swerve stretch, and in turns 3 and 4 is Dylan Welch. Up and down the pit lane, Steve Post, Jason Toy, and Ken Coon.
Sunshine, 56 degrees outside, beginning to cool off as the sun sets. Let's give you a right now is out front with working lap number 92.
Chase Elliott led 13 laps early on. We've only been slowed by 2 caution flags for the Daytona 500 so far. The first came out with a multi-car crash off turn number 4, involving multiple race cars and taking out quite a few, including Harrison Ford.
Started on the outside of the front row. Battery problems is what we're hearing has put him 5 down. Todd Gilliland just led the last lap, and it's the first lap Todd has ever led at Daytona. Todd Gilliland leading the Daytona 500. He does so over Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Justin Haley, Tyler Reddick.
Truex Jr. did a great job Thursday night in the qualifying races. He's doing a great job in the 500 of leading that field, leading that line, dragging continue to knock heads as they make their way midway down the back straightaway. With only 7 cars on the inside line, they're about to gobble up Jimmy Johnson for him to run in the rear. It's Gilliland to 3. Johnson to the bottom of the racetrack. He's against the double yellow line. Those leaders now going to stack them up 3 wide as the front 2 and the outside break away. And Joey Logano. Truex and company going to go through the middle of Jimmy Johnson. Way downstairs with Truex right left.
Where are the Chevrolets? How about one of them, only one of them in the top 15, and that is Kyle Busch. So basically right now it is all Fords and Toyotas, and that makes us think of the last 7 finishes here at Daytona.
Yeah, it's been Fords and Toyotas that have won the Daytona 500 the last 7 straight years. Chevrolet has been shut out.
They really have, and they really can't do that deal where they're just using their own company, the Ford guys or the Toyota guys or the Chevrolet guys together. We've learned with this new car, I mean, it can drag with anybody, and if you see a shot, you're going to go for it. We talked about Denny Hamlin early in this event saying, look, I'm tired of just working with my team.
Downstairs has doubled in capacity, but it's still Truex pacing it. Right now, he is side by side with Justin Haley.
So 100 laps complete, 100 to go, 30 laps to go in stage number 2 of the 66 running of the Daytona 500. Right now it's young driver Todd Gilliland, the leader on the outside lane. He's got Joey Logano stacked up behind him, Justin Haley behind Logano. And right now Gilliland, after getting some assistance at the bottom of the racetrack, is to get the car.
Age 19 in his first NASCAR Grand Series race. Second race that was back in the 2022 season at Indianapolis Grand Prix. And here he is out front of the field in that black and red number 38. Got married 1 year ago in the offseason. Down the backstretch, things are settling in for that emerging star, Todd Gilliland, full-time this year. In number 38 for Front Row Motorsports, that team in the offseason made a big move onto the campus of Team Penske. It's paying off thus far for that young driver.
Then you look at the other side of the coin, you've got Martin Truex Jr.
Decision that these crew chiefs on pit road are going to have to make shortly. We saw it be very coordinated in stage number 1. Everyone trying to pit with at least a couple of cars, if not a whole group of cars, so they don't lose the draft. Right now, though, They are double wide for about a fourth on back, so it does not appear that's on the lines. As it gets closer to stage 2.
Truex on the inside. Fellow Toyota mate, number 45. The car pulled by Michael Scher on the inside, number 35 with Tyler Reddick.
Back at Daytona, Todd Gilliland's lead is now gone. Here comes the inside lane off turn number 2.
And that inside line continues to be led by Martin Truex Jr. Ford, Toyota side by side for the lead. However, the draft kicks in on the outside. Gilliland powers back to the point. Truex is on the wheel to wheel for second. Truex and Reddick in that just been chipping away.
Races himself in for the 155 qualifying races, makes the Daytona 500. We're only a handful of laps into the 500. Carson slides across right in front of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy gets in a wreck, and now he's been struggling all day long. But as we watch him come down the back straightaway right now, he looks like he's up to speed with the rest of the cars out there. This is the first time throughout the day we've seen him in a pack where he can really show what he's got. I really feel bad for Jimmy for what's happened to him. He's 4 laps down right now, but he's not the fastest.
As he is running rock solid right now, right behind Christopher Bell. And it was interesting too, as I came off turn number 3 and 4 over there. One thing that the sun dancing off the hotels along the beach property.
Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful here. There's some red, some purple, some blue on the horizon. It is a perfect sunset here at the World Center of Racing. And you're right, the high rises over on the hotel have some of that sun glistening off the glass there. It is a perfect evening for racing here.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Visit allstate.com or call for a
And there is a little bit of angst among some of the spotters and crew chiefs because they're side by side and we are closing in on that window. Rusty said he predicted about lap 109. I think Rusty is right. That's 3 laps from now. The problem is I'm not sure people can get in line and get down there. You can go to 120. Just looking at
Chevrolet and Ford, you're trying to do some shuffling. They're moving to the racetrack right now, trying to figure out how they can get their driver to the bottom part of the track to get on the pit lane safely.
Heard some chatter on the Ford's radio that it could be 3 to 4 laps, and the Chevrolets have been paying attention to that. They're trying to get their parade up to the top lane. They're hoping that Ford's pit will get that 3 to 4 laps so that he can get the manufacturer work together. So it's a big chase match right now.
Intention of trying to get to the bottom, mostly because they can't. There's an inside line that is occupying the real estate.
There is indeed that inside lane is taking up as much real estate as they can. Although Todd Gilliland, who has
Now Bubba Wallace, who had taken over the lead in the outside, will pull to that inside line. Bubba Wallace now leads the lead down low. And here comes from Ryan Preece in that outside line.
once again. Bubba Wallace by a nose now over Ryan Preece.
Chevy, Toyota, and Ford, 1, 2, 3 in the inside lane with Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, and Todd Gilliland. Here's Busch. He'll duck to the outside for the block on Ryan Preece. Preece now will get a run to the side. Now goes to the block. Bubba Wallace. Preece on the outside. Drivers are topside. If they're trying to get down to the bottom, they'll have no success. The entire bottom lane is landlocked right now. They're disorganized. It allows the outside lane to turn. Josh Berry got spun around backwards. Then we saw Todd Gilliland get pinched into his pit box. He nearly overshot that with Ty Gibbs trying to make the slide as well. So it is dangerous to have these drivers keep the top.